So now you've started getting a better idea of what it is you will need to buy for your unit. The difficult part can be figuring out which contracting category the thing you want to buy falls under. You have to fully recognize your requirement to properly categorize. We will be breaking it down into 4 simple categories. This also determines how contracting executes the purchase. The 3 main categories are products, services, and construction. However, we often get questions about how to purchase training as well, so it is included as a way to help better categorize your requirement. Products are generally what we think of as random things which we buy to support our unit. From a DoD perspective, products can be thought of as materials or items used in equipment, support, or maintenance of military forces. You use products which were purchased by contracting every day, such as office supplies or furniture. In the age of evolving technology, computers, and even virtual reality systems like we have here at Sheppard Air Force Base fall into the products category too. These examples are not all-encompassing, but just keep in mind the daily items we use will often fall into the products category. Services can be a little trickier to categorize. Simply put, a service requirement will perform an identifiable task rather than an end item. Services can range from the doctors we see at our medical group to the custodians who clean our offices. At Sheppard Air Force Base, we see services daily, maybe without even realizing it. The workers cooking and serving meals at the dining facilities and the personnel maintaining aircraft are major parts of our base that provide a contracted service for the government. Construction sounds like it would be simple, but it is important to not get it confused with services. Construction is alterations, repairs, or constructions of buildings, structures, or real property. Now you're probably thinking, what does real property mean, and how does it relate to construction? Real property includes equipment which is attached and part of a building or structure, but not movable equipment. If you are unsure if something is real property and falls under construction, think about it like this. If you take a building and turn it upside down and shake it, anything which remains is real property. Please keep in mind there are exceptions to this rule. Roads, power lines, infrastructure on the flight lines, and building renovations are great examples of how construction surrounds us each day as we're traveling around Sheppard Air Force Base. Training is a little odd because depending on what your office is asking for, training could fall into either products or services mentioned before. Training is defined as something which the primary intent assists in the process of learning. We often think of training as training materials, such as books or guides. This is an example of a product. Another traditional form of training is bringing in a field expert to educate on particular topics. This is a service. A new unique form of training, which we are starting to see, is units requesting software to better train their people. Recognizing and categorizing your requirement will put you in touch with the most helpful experts in each respective category and leading you down the path to ensure you have a successful requirements package. As always, your contracting squadron is here to help and field any questions you may have about these categories, so please reach out to us early and speak with us often.